Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play video here on Java Super Flat. So I don't have an idea for today. I don't really want to build automatic farms today, so we're gonna do something else. I mean, there are a list of things I want to do, but I also would rather do a bunch of other stuff. Sticks? Did she really just give me sticks? Holy crap. Well, anyways, so we're gonna mess around with bees today, I think. Yeah, I was bone mealing some moss. But yeah, we're gonna mess around with bees, I think. That's an idea. Normally I would keep bees inside of a glass dome, but this is all of our glass in the entire world. It's not a lot of glass, so I mean, I guess, well, we could turn it into some panes, and then we can probably do some cool stuff with that. So, well, anyways, we're gonna build a bee containment area, probably over there, for honey. But first, we need saplings to go bone meal next to some flowers and get some bees. Okay. Let's go get that started. So, did I talk about this in the previous stream? I don't remember. Well, anyways, so I've talked about this stream. I've talked about this multiple times on this channel, on any channel at this point, but I own a map of the United States that I can scratch off the states that I've been to. You know what'd be interesting? Scratch off the states that you haven't been to. Then the map's useless. Hey, now you get it. That's funny. It's funny, I think. Anyways. Oh, wow, we're low on food. Cool. I like being low on food. Well, anyways, what was I saying? Right, so I have this map, and, you know, you gotta fill out the states. Well, the map came with a, that's not the... Well, the map came with a small section for the national parks. And I thought I'd never been to a national park. I thought, well, Phil's been to a national park, and I didn't realize that I forgot he'd been to Rocky Mountain National Park. But I thought I'd never been to a national park. And then I realized that the Arch in Missouri is now a national park. So before it wasn't, but now it is. And so that means I've been to that national park. And then also, I knew I had been to Mount Rushmore, but I wasn't sure. But then I realized that the Badlands National Park is right next to it. And I'm like, hey, Dad, did we go to the Badlands National Park when we went to Mount Rushmore all those years ago? And he's like, absolutely. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll be damned. I've been to 2 national parks. So I went to Walmart today to get an iron and an ironing board because, well, hold on. Do we have a Fletcher in here? I don't think so. It's the type of village we probably should invest in. Alright. Hold on, we need to buy some carrots. Oh, villager. Mysterious Stew? I forgot. What Mysterious Stew is that? I don't remember. You. Golden carrots. What? That's all the golden carrots I got from that interaction? Hold on. We'll be back to finish the statement once I trade. Well, anyways, as I was saying, so I ran to Walmart today to get an iron and some canvases, and among other things. And so I was like, well, I'll get a picture frame. So I got a frame. I crossed off the 2 states that I've been to. And now I can start working on the national park. Huh. It's nice that we're getting these small trees, but we're gonna get a mega tree one of these times, aren't we? This next one, 20 bucks says it's a mega tree. Or another one that puts me into the ground. Fantastic. We get lots of wood from this. I just want bees, damn it. So anyways, I was able to start that map. Not map, but list, I guess? Because it's not a map. It just lists all the national parks. Yeah, Looney is not good on slimes. Because from that one slime, I got 15 freaking slime balls. No one ever needs that many. Like, see, now I see that, and I think, what have I done? That's why we have tools to get rid of these things. Tools. Yeah, but I'm going to do this. I don't know why I'm trying to talk about these national parks things. It's just not working. My brain is not in the mood. So I'm just going to work on this, and then eventually we'll get bees. Hello, it's Future Doc here. Okay, so the previous version of this stretched on for 20 minutes, and I did not mean for it to do that, and then I realized this video is going to be super long if I left it at 20 minutes, so we're going to reiterate this. So I'm not even going to talk about Minecraft here, because I talk about literally everything that happens during the time lapse in the future, so no need to talk about that. So let's just talk about something for about 5-10 minutes here, and that is my astrophotography. So I'll talk about this on the podcast, but you know, different views, different things. I guess I previously talked about the channel splitting and all that work I have to do, but let's talk about this first. Well, let's just talk about this. So I own a Canon EOS M50. It's a great little camera. It does what I need to do, and that's all I ask for it. It does what I need to do. At least I thought. But when I bought it and I started doing astrophotography, and I started to want to get into astrophotography, I learned about the Canon app and the remote control, because everybody said you need an intervalometer to do that kind of stuff. But like, the app took care of that, and you really don't even need the app if you just set up a timer, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, fast forward to about a few weeks ago. I bought an intervalometer because I need to take a time lapse, and the camera's time lapse, which it's a great time lapse mode. It's better than GoPro because GoPro just leaves them in a bunch of different photo files. This combines them into a video file, which is really nice. But because it treats it like a video file, the longest exposure you can do is 1/30th of a second. That's 30 frames per second. That's 30 frames a second, which is a standard video frame. So it's basically it's just taking a video, but you know, stretching out when these frames are taken. And the minimum I need is like 8 seconds. Not gonna work. Not going to work. So I was like, okay, I'll get an intervalometer. Well, turns out my camera doesn't support intervalometers whatsoever. And I need this time lapse of the night sky because I'm splitting up the channel, which is something I discussed, and I'll be brief about it. I'm starting over on this video on Phases of Matter, and I need a time lapse of the night sky for a part of the video. And I could get rid of it, it's fine, but it's like I would like to have it. And so now that my camera doesn't support intervalometers, I'm like, shoot, what am I going to do? There's a $7 app. Now, the app, last time I heard, had some crashing issues. If It still has those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this app before I go up to North Dakota. I'm going to use it while I'm in North Dakota. Or I'll try to anyways. If it doesn't work, then I'm SOL and oh well. If it does work, great. I am fine. If it doesn't work, then I'll just scrap needing the time lapse for this video. And we'll go on with our lives. And I'll figure out something else. However, I still would like to do a time lapse of the night sky. And also, when I want to do more serious astrophotography, when I get a mount, I need a camera that will be capable of doing such things. And the EOS M50 does not let me do that. And so, that means I will need a new camera. And I planned to spend my entire tax return and then some of my savings on a nice, big, beefy mount for a telescope. That, and I talked about this in the 20 minutes that I cut out, but I want to get an 8-inch Schmidt Cassegrain from Celestron. I think Phil and I are going to split that. Let me know if I need a field flattener for that. I know refractors need it. I don't know if compounds need it, though, and I don't know if even reflectors need it, so please, please, please let me know. I'm sure it probably does, but let me know. Anyways, moving on. And actually, this mount I picked barely will be able to hold this 8-inch plus, like, cameras and red dots and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, and I was like, no, I want to buy this mount. But instead, I'm going to be stuck potentially buying a camera. And that's where the next thing was. I could buy a Mark II, but the Mark II doesn't support intervalometers still. The EOS M50 Mark II. So I'm like, great. What's next? Well, there's an R. Well, I guess I could either get an old Canon R or EOS RP, the DSLR. I don't want to go back in time. I'm going from mirrorless to a DSLR. That's stupid. No, we're gonna keep it mirrorless. So I'm like, okay, what's their cheapest mirrorless? That isn't the Mark II. It's the R10. Currently, anyways. And the R10, it'll do everything I need to do. It has intervalometer, or however it's interval. I don't know. Compatibility. It's the same megapixels, but who really cares? But it's a crop sensor. And I get everybody going, why don't you go full sensor? I cannot afford a full sensor, okay? To go full sensor, like the version I'm getting is already $1,300. To go full frame without a lens is even more. And it's just, it's absurd. And then to get a lens is just impossible. We're talking over $2,000. And I just don't have that kind of money. So $1,300, and there's two versions. There's the cheaper version. That's like $1,100, or yeah, it's like $1,100 something. That comes with a lens. Except that the lenses are identical focal lengths. They're 18 to 150. Currently, my full range is 15 to 45, and then 55 to 200. So it would be chopping off a tiny bit of wide angle, and be chopping off 50 mils on the high end, but that's fine. I found a 100 to 400 mil that with a simple little adapter would work great. It's pretty cheap, however cheap $400 can be. And I'm like, that's fine. It'll do great. 400 mils is double what I can do now, and it's still not going to be super close, punchy images of the moon, but it will do Andromeda wonders, because like I've seen what my 200 mil can do. The 400 mil will do spectacular, especially with a mount. Anyways, however, their cheaper version of the lens, the f-stop number's higher than the more expensive version. If you know anything about cameras, the smaller the f-stop, the better. And I need it to be the same as mine. And the more expensive lens will match what I have. Even though, yes, these f-stop numbers, if you look them up, are not great. They're not f2.8s. They're not f1.2s. I can't afford those. Plus, I don't think they make those for these crop sensor cameras. But f3.6 is still better than f5.6. A lot better. And so, I'm like, I'm not going to downgrade my lens, especially in astrophotography where f-stop is important. It is crucial because the less ISO you can use, the better. So, it's like, great. I guess I'm stuck with that. So, yeah, I got to go with the $1,300 version, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I would rather have a mount, because a mount would then mean that I could just get then the next thing would be a telescope. And Phil says he wants to wait several years, so I'll probably end up buying a camera the following year anyways. But it's like, I'd rather buy a mount and start using a mount and, start doing cool things with this mount and start doing, and, using my, maybe I'll decide to wait even longer to get a 8-inch Macassagrain when I even have more money. Maybe we'll decide to even get a bigger mount or whatever. I don't know. Point is, and get a bigger mount and then maybe even a bigger telescope. Who knows? If using my telescope along with this mount, and we're just like, this is the greatest. This is great. This does just fine. We don't really need anything bigger, at least for the time being, because we're just going from a 6 to an 8. And it's like not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal. And actually, we're going from 5s, and his is even smaller. His is like 4.5. Mine's 5. Anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at. I really hope I don't have to buy another camera. I mean, it would be great to have 2 cameras. I can let the R10 go and take a bunch of photos. Go and take a time lapse, and then I can go and do a bunch of, little stuff with the one that I always use. Or I could sell it. I don't really want to. I don't think anybody would buy it anyways. It's 2 gens old on a platform that's dead, and it's a crop sensor, so I don't think it's worth anything. It's probably worth $100, maybe $200. So, anyways, just get back to the rest of the video. I don't think there's gonna be any music this time because we don't have enough time. So, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. So as you'll see, at one point during this. It's been, oh my god, it's been 2 hours almost. I did get bees at one point, but I forgot to mine it with the Silk Touch pickaxe. And so the bees got very angry at me. And yeah. No bees. Just very upsetting, which means we have to continue doing this. It's shocking. Like, it's supposed to be like I thought it was like, is it 0.05%? Or is it I thought it was like 5%, but I'm beginning to think that it's much lower. Like 0.5% of trees that spawn next to trees next to flowers. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it's taking a while to get bees. Long while. Well, anyways, I'll just keep grinding, I guess. This was the goal for today's episode, is to get bees. So. we got bees. We've got a nice bee farm going here. Oh god. Okay. It's hard to take a photo when there's smoke everywhere. But I mean, we have bees. Well, I mean, what more? That was the whole point of this episode because I was out of ideas. So please, leave a comment. Let me know, what do you want to see? Where do you want this series to go? I'm a little out of ideas at the moment, so please let me know. Obviously, we can keep working on the house, but I would like, there's a lot of things I would like to do that I can't do. I think maybe the next episode will be automatic farms. Let me know if you would want to see me start building some of those. I really do believe that Java is broke at the moment because I've been playing for 3 hours and I have yet to see a wandering trader, so that should tell you something. There's going to be a lot of narrating over all this because I did a lot of work just quiet, so anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New Minecraft Super Flat Survivals every single Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time, and good night.
Hello there. Actually, it's more of a goodbye. This is my Minecraft outro. Anyways, make sure you subscribe so that we can hit our 10K goal so we can plant 100 trees for subs for trees. Otherwise, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet, sweet watch time.